speaking with...
Oh, we got the camera here.
Oh,
You
yeah.
off here. Okay, go ahead.
This is Patch sports reporter Henry Nichols speaking with Bolingbrook High School boys golf coach Chuck Marik. I got that correct?
You got it, yes.
M-A-R-I-K.
You got it.
What year is this for you, setting out in the range?
This is my 7th year on the varsity, and I did 2 years with the JV before that, so 9th year altogether.
Did you play college anywhere?
I did not play college golf. I played high school golf at Plainfield Central, which is just up the road. I actually played lacrosse in college.
Just to the southeast?
Yeah, you got it.
Lacrosse, huh?
Yeah, played lacrosse in college at Western Illinois University.
Gotcha. So Coach, tell me a little about your team coming back this year.
We've got 3 returning seniors. David Cook, who was our sectional qualifier from last year. Zach Kukta, and Kyle Jordan. And then we have a new senior with the program, Nick Friend, who was a stalwart, I guess you could say a stalwart with the baseball program, and decided to play some golf here in the fall. And then we've got, I think, 6 juniors to go with.
How many events have you played so far?
Let's see, we've played 3 duels in 1 tournament up to this point, 3 conference duels, and then 1 tournament, the Plainfield Invitational.
Can you recap some of those for us?
The 1 tournament we had at Plainfield, we played okay. I think we took 6th place out of 11 teams, so kind of middle of the pack. We had two guys finish the top 10 and win medals. David Cook was 2nd. He shot 74, 2 over par. And he was 2nd. The winning score was 73, so he lost by 1 stroke. And Zach Kukta shot 81. He was in a tie for 9th. We shot 344 as a team, which is, we'd like to be down there closer to 330, but it wasn't too bad for a first tournament. 3 dual matches, we lost all 3 so far. Linkway East, state qualifying team from a year ago, they're tough. And Linkway North, we lost to them, I think it was by 8 strokes, and then Stag, we lost to them by 4 yesterday, so close matches. Could have gone either way.
So, Coach, for somebody like me that's a little unfamiliar with the area, what could you tell us about your team's tradition here and where you guys usually stack up against some of the regional contenders, and who are those usually?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a tough golf area, to say the least. Some of the really good schools in our conference, or right here in our conference, you got Lockport, Lincoln-Way East, Homewood Flossmoor. I mean, I could go on and on. Just in those teams are just from our conference, and then you've got the Naperville schools. You know, Nico Valley, Naperville Central. You know, even if you go to a little farther south, you know, Manuka is usually pretty good. So there's good golfers all over the area. Traditionally, Bolingbrook doesn't have, I guess you would say, the greatest golf tradition, just because in the community it seems like there's more kids at a young age playing baseball, basketball, football, things of that nature. But you know, over the last couple of years, trying to get more and more kids involved at a younger age. I know Bolingbrook Golf Club does some things for the kids. I know Boughton Ridge Golf Club does some things to try to get kids involved. And we're going to run a middle school camp to try to get more kids involved. So just trying to get more kids out playing at a younger age. A lot of the kids that we get, they come to high school golf, and you know, as freshmen sometimes they've never played golf. They just kind of want to get into it. Whereas some of the schools we're playing, they've got, you know, kids that have been playing golf since they could walk. So it can make for a challenge. But in recent years, we've definitely had some better talent come through and be able to be much more competitive.
Now, what was your record last year?
The record last year was 3-8. We had our first 2 conference wins ever last year versus Joliet and Stag, and we finished 3rd in conference, which was improvement from the previous year by 3 spots.
And you said David Cook was your sectional qualifier?
Yeah, David qualified for sectionals. He missed out on the state tournament by, I think, 2 strokes. And he's a senior this year, and that's kind of his main focus right now is focusing on that state tournament and getting back down. It was definitely a tough pill to swallow, the way he missed out, but that's kind of his focus right now is to get to the state tournament. I mean, they're all kind of have the same goal. We'd like to get there as a team, but it's a long way from now, over a month away. So we got a lot of conference play and tournaments to go, and just try to build momentum and get to that point.
And Coach, finally, what are your goals, both for your individual player performances this season, just as well as the team?
Goals are pretty simple, and we just talked about this today to start practice. It's got to be a different mindset at practice, and I can see, right now, they seem like they're focused a little more. In previous practices, maybe just a little bit too much chatter, too much, gossip type stuff. What's going on at school, and what are you going to do later, and not enough focusing on golf shots and what you're trying to do with your golf swing and what type of shots you're trying to hit. That was a major goal. Learn how to practice better. Obviously, you set goals before every match and tournament. You want to shoot different scores and try to reach that. For dual matches, we'd like to be around 170 or below. Haven't quite gotten there yet. And then for tournaments, we always want to at the very least, be in the top half, if not higher than that. So,
what's the toughest thing to correct about just high school players' shots? Slicing? Just like adults?
Exactly. That's the usual shot, is a slice, obviously, because it's easy to kind of go outside or across the plane, as they would say. But to me, the biggest challenge is convincing them to hit different type shots than they see on TV. Some of these professionals, they hit these flop shots on TV, Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods. Well, they've practiced that shot thousands of times, whereas some of these kids come out here and think they can hit a 64-degree wedge straight up in the air and get it to land within 6 inches. Maybe for our kids, it'd be better to take a 7 or 8 iron and keep it along the ground and just get it within, 5 or 6 feet and give yourself a chance at a putt. So trying to really, help them understand different types of shots, especially around the green in the short game area, that's going to help them save strokes. I feel that's one of the biggest things that a high school coach can help them with. As far as swing mechanics and things, all that needs to be done in the winter and the spring, because we have tryouts, and then 5 days after our first tryout day, we go right into competition. So there's not a ton of time to be working on swing mechanics and breaking down swings. I mean, a lot of that has to be done like I said, in the winter and the spring.
So it's pretty much the little tweaks and changes, a series of those makes
that's
a big
what you
difference.
do in the season. I mean, it's very cliche, but all the hard work is done in the off season. This is just, like you said, tweaks and just little things here and there. So.
Thanks a lot, Coach, for speaking with us today. This is Patch.com's Henry Nichols going around the community.